Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
Oh, thank you so much, Olivia, and welcome back to those of you who have been following this series, either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers, and I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Today's segment is about how to create your own LinkedIn army to help bring opportunities to you. Wow. Look, if you're new to this series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. The fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. And no matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed, my goal is to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. How's that sound? Look, if you've missed any of the segments, not to worry. Feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile to watch the replays, or better still, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, I need subscribers. More than that, I need likes. It's called Get Up and Get a Job. Just go to YouTube and type Get Up and Get a Job. Then click that subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video that I believe will be of help to you. So let's get started. And in getting started, I do want to mention a couple of things, because I said, I need subscribers, but it's not so much that I need subscribers. Really, those likes helps the algorithms to know that this is content that others should see. I'm not getting paid by YouTube, so it's okay. And at the end of the day, I want to get this information out to so many people. And from what you all who follow me regularly have been sharing with me, is that this has been a blessing to you. It's been of benefit to you. And I must mention, I was looking at the stats yesterday, because laying in bed, getting over the stomach flu, feeling a little better, but as you can tell, I'm not 100%. But a lot of you are watching me by way of LinkedIn, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I didn't realize, it's been a while since I looked at those statistics, I didn't realize how many of you have actually been watching the replays on YouTube, on LinkedIn. And so I also appreciate those of you who are watching by way of YouTube as well as Facebook. I'm not a Facebook person, so I really don't spend a lot of time trying to figure that out. But again, I just want to say thank you. So let's get started today, because as you know, I'm supposed to be getting rest, and I'm doing this, guys, for you all. So who do we have with us that's willing to say so? Hey, John Werner, good afternoon. William and everyone, happy Tuesday to you too, my friend. Glad you're here. Shelly, good afternoon. Thanks for being with me today. Appreciate it. And Dawn Lewis, good afternoon. Glad you're here as well. I really appreciate you taking time to join me. And to all of my Asian friends who are of Chinese descent, happy Lunar New Year to you all. And I pray that it's safe and that it's prosperous. This is the year of the fire horse. Oh my. So it's supposed to be an especially abundant year, especially prosperous year. So hats off to you guys as you celebrate safely. And again, thank you for joining me. So here we go. Let's do this. And our prompt today says, Mary plans, it's a little long, so Mary plans to join professional groups on LinkedIn. Write a 3-sentence introduction that feels authentic and magnetic, which she can post in a professional or job seekers group. They have those on LinkedIn. To spark conversation, share her target roles, and appropriately invite help without sounding needy. Last thing you want to sound is needy and desperate. And so many have shared with me, but I am desperate. Yeah, but I have to sound desperate. It's like when I was growing up in Harlem, and my mother said, just because we're poor, doesn't mean we have to look poor. So we don't want to sound needy. Identify and suggest the right LinkedIn groups to join where hiring managers and recruiters actually hang out. All righty, so for those of you who are new, welcome. And Mary is our fictitious job candidate, Mary Mack. Yes, she's usually dressed in black. And she is an accounts receivable, accounts payable specialist. Her resume has been loaded. AI, ChatGPT, knows all about her, and everything that we do is centered around her. And the idea there is to show you how you can train Chat to know about you and provide answers that are apropos for your job search, job campaign situation. And so let's go ahead. Oh, and by the way, again, for those of you who are new, I create the prompts ahead of time, but we see the results together live. So I never know what Chat is going to come up with. All right, here we go. Enough talk. All righty, well, here we go. That was quick. Here is a 3-sentence introduction Mary can confidently post in professional or job seeker groups. Hi, everyone. I'm an accounts receivable and accounts payable specialist with experience managing high volume reconciliations, collections, and cash application in complex financial environments. I'm currently exploring AR, AP billing, and financial operations roles where I can contribute immediately while continuing to expand my AI-driven process improvement skills. Love it. If you're connected to finance teams that value accuracy, accountability, and strong cash flow management, I'd welcome a conversation or any insight you're willing to share. Love this. Notice it's not begging for a job, not asking for a job. You're connected to finance teams that value accuracy, accountability, and strong cash flow management. I'd welcome a conversation or any insight you're willing to share. Oh my goodness, love this ChatGPT thing. All right, the right LinkedIn groups for Mary where decision makers actually lurk. I said hang out. Chat said where they lurk. That sounds creepy, but anyway. Finance and accounting focused groups, accounts payable and accounts receivable network. Oh my goodness. Why? Direct access to ARAP professionals, controllers, and accounting managers. Who's there? Mid-level managers, finance leads, recruiters filling accounting roles, corporate finance and accounting professionals group. Why? Broader. Is this cool or what? I got to stop and interrupt myself for a minute. Because the prompt is the key. So many people, I tried that ChatGPT thing and I didn't get any results. It didn't work for me. But I'm not going to insult anybody, but garbage in, garbage out, GIGO, right? If you don't put in the right prompt, you're not going to get the right answers that you need. And so whatever the mind can conceive is what we can put in there. It's left up to your imagination. My imagination said, hey, give me this, and give me some of that too. And now we've got concrete places for Mary in this case, but for you also, to connect with people. And you got a script. You don't even have to come up with something to say. All right, I'll continue. Broader finance exposure, many hiring managers quietly monitor discussions. Best use, share insights about cash flow optimization or reconciliation wins. Notice the difference when we were looking at this first one. Here's why it's important. Here's who's there. When we're looking at this one, it's here's why it's important, and here's how you can get the best use out of being in this group and how you should approach it. Next, Controllers and Finance Leaders Network. Why? Controllers and finance directors influence AR/AP hiring decisions. Strategy, comment intelligently on compliance, aging reports, or process efficiency. So this is where you get to strut your shots, your stuff. You get to comment on other people's comments, or you can create your own posts. Recruiter and hiring focus groups. All right, so we get around to the gatekeepers, HR and Recruiting Professionals Network. I think I'm a member of that group. Recruiters actively post open roles. The best move, engage before pitching. Please don't just go in there and pitch and say, hey, I need a job. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Hey, can you help me get a job? Comment thoughtfully on hiring discussions. And if you need help with that, you copy this part right here and you put it in chat and say, tell me how this might work, and paste it. And chat will give you the solution that you need. All right, Talent Acquisition Professionals Group. Why? Many finance recruiters belong here. Strategy, share a brief insight on reducing unidentified payments or improving DSO. Let's see here. AI plus finance, high leverage for Mary. All right, AI in finance and accounting. Yes, absolutely. Why? Positions Mary as forward thinking, not just transactional. Best move, post about how AI tools can improve reconciliation accuracy or reporting speed. Very cool stuff. And I'm going to say it one more time, just for emphasis. If you're not sure yourself, now you should be taking your own AI upskilling classes of some sort from what we did weeks ago, from one of the prompts that we put in weeks ago. And I know, and I forget the person's name who said, hey, it'd be really helpful if you put the titles in here so that we can search by titles. Well, if you're willing to volunteer to go back through and help me update these videos with titles, I'm more than willing to accept your offer. All right, so just reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, hey, I'd like to volunteer to help you to replace all of those old posts that you have, all those old live streams with the actual titles versus just having the dates. And we'll make it a date and we'll get together and talk about it. All right, here we go. Let's finish up. Digital transformation in finance. Why CFOs and finance transformation leaders monitor these groups. So, okay, forget, I distracted myself. So why this is important, this group, CFOs and finance transformation leaders monitor these groups. So the 5 types of LinkedIn connections that actually lead to offers, and this list is prioritized. And we've seen a similar list in the past few days. Controllers and assistant controllers, finance managers, overseeing AR/AP teams, internal recruiters for mid-sized companies, CFOs at growing regional firms, and accounting staffing firm recruiters, Robert Half type firms. And I believe it was yesterday when I did the demo on LinkedIn to show you how to find these people at specific companies. I always coach around making a list, 10 to 25 companies. Start with 10, but I'd really want you to start with 25, get to 50, and ultimately 100. Why not? And start with 10 and break it down. All righty. How Mary should use these groups. Quick strategy. Engage on 3 posts per week. Here we go. We're back to that. Chat told us that earlier this week. engage on 3 posts per week before posting her own content. So here we go. In addition to posting her own content, Mary is going to post on others' content. In addition to posting on others' content, Mary is going to post her own content. In addition to posting on others' content, you're going to post your own content. Need content help? Ask ChatGPT to help you. Share one short insight weekly, not it sounds like me now. Not I need a job, but here's what I've seen work. DM, direct message, commenters who engage, light, professional, curious. Tell me more about that. That sounds interesting. Tell me more. I totally agree, but tell me how you applied it. The key: visibility, value, and consistency. If you like, okay, here we go. Now chat is offering up some help. I could create 3 comment templates that spark recruiter replies. I can create a direct message script that turns engagement into interviews. I can create a 14-day group engagement plan for Mary or for YO, but especially you. Just tell me which direction you want to go in next. Do you all realize the time in which we live is really special? We are living in such a special time that I could sit here and be able to share this kind of this information with you. Let me put this in the comments for you guys. And I honestly, I'm doing this, but I'm amazed as I'm doing it. I think back, I'm gonna share a quick story and then I'm gonna get out of here and go get something to eat. Still on the brat diet and get some more rest. I was growing up and I had 2 sets of friends. I had the cool kids friends and I had the smart, and they were cool too in their own way, right? So what does that mean, right? They weren't the cool kids, but I had the cool kids and I had, it happens to be Dawn, what was their last names? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But Dawn and Robert, and they had another brother, and they were all smart kids. Even the cool kids were smart kids. Some of them were just musical, just prodigies, if you will. Art prodigies, and because I was a musician from age 9 and studying music, I had that group of friends where we had that in common. I think I told you guys my fame story. That was my class, and if you haven't heard it, we'll talk about it another time. But I had that group of friends. This was age 13. Age 13. I had that group of friends, and then I had Dawn and her brothers, and Shelly too. Yes, there was, and Shelly. Shelly was their neighbor. Anyway, I chose to hang out with the cool kids. One of Dawn's brothers was just like a computer geek. And you got to know, back in the early 70s is when computers took up an entire room. And he was in some special program where he was learning computer programming. And I chose to hang out with the cool kids instead of Dawn and Shelly and Dawn's brothers. And Robert and I were really cool because I liked her. I liked Dawn. I was sweet on her. And, they all knew that, and everybody was cool. And they liked me. And that was the first time I actually heard the term Madir, because they called their mother Madir. And I thought that was so strange because I never heard it before, especially in New York, right? But nonetheless, I've traced my life back, and I've often thought about what my life would have been like if I had hung out with those cool kids versus the other cool kids where, we, with this set of friends, the cool kids, yeah, I got to open for Funkadelic at the Apollo with our little homemade band. We played bars. We played, like I said, as an opening act for Bootsy, and the marijuana smell was streaming through the house. That talk about live streaming. It was live streaming through the house. And yeah, I experimented and I did a lot of things, got exposed to a lot of things with those friends. And I don't begrudge the experience that I had with them. Fortunately, God kept me through it all. But had I gone on this path earlier in life, so why am I sharing this with you? Because I just want you to really hear in my heart the deep appreciation that I have for what we have access to today. Even the access that Dawn's brother had in that special program to learning about computers and programming computers back in the 70s, even the access he had then, I don't think it's dwarfed by what we can do today. And I need you guys to appreciate that. That's the moral of my story today. I need you to appreciate what you have access to. Stop being afraid of it for those of you who are. Stop being intimidated by it for those of you who are. Stop worrying about breaking it or the internet police coming to take you away for those of you who are. And embrace this thing and look and get some learning. There are a lot of things that are out of your control on a daily basis. 1.5 million things that are just out of your control on a second by second basis. But guess what is in your control? What and how much you learn. What and how much you learn. You have control over that. Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. While I was laying in bed, couldn't sleep, woke up in the middle of the night, I reached over and asked a question. Reached over, grabbed my phone, asked a question. I said, how do you do this? How can I do that? And bookmarked it, sent it to myself, bookmarked it. Why? Because it is my goal to learn something new every day. Please embrace this information. Let's see. I've been talking too much. It's time to get out of here. John Werner says, thank you, William, for your tireless commitment to sharing your knowledge and uplifting all of us. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you, John. And I will. I'm getting better. I think you all could tell I sound better today than I did yesterday. Let's see what else we have. Hey, Daniel. Excuse me. Daniel slipped in under the radar. Good afternoon to you, my friend. Glad that you all are here. And let's see. TJ says, bring it on. We are forever learners. See, that's what I'm talking about. I felt that, TJ. I felt that right here. I love it. I love it. Daniel says, a mind is a terrible, we grew up on that in New York, didn't we? A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Man, they played that PSA, that public service announcement, day and night when we were growing up. Oh my goodness. And let's see. Yes, Dawn says 100 to you, Daniel. All righty. I love this community. It seems small, but it is growing. And again, just hats off to you all who are watching me in the replays. Some of you come live and you watch the replays. And so Daniel's confirming, yes, sir. Yes, we saw that many, 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 many times. But look, I love you guys. I really do. I really do. And I want to see you be successful. And again, there's some good stuff coming. You think this is good? I know I've been saying it for a few months now, but oh, by the way, and I interrupt myself, but life happens. Life happens to us all, and sometimes we have to push things. But speaking of life happening, My grandson had his surgery this morning. All went well. He had an adenoidectomy where they had to remove his hypergrown adenoid. And what the doctor said was that the X-ray really didn't do it justice. The child was so blocked in his breathing, and that's part of the reason they had to remove it, was because it was causing him to stop breathing at night, and all kinds of other issues I won't go into. But the doctor said it was super large. The surgeon said, she said, it was just really super enlarged. He did great, and he is home resting now. How about that? Another technological breakthrough that we need to celebrate. Medical technology is just amazing. And so he'll be home for the next week and a half. And so thank you for your prayers. Those of you who are concerned enough and who care enough to say you care enough. We do this thing with, we're in our thoughts. Look, why is it taboo to say, I'm praying for you? Why is it taboo to say, is it okay if I pray for you? I don't get it. That part I don't understand about our culture. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now. Let's see here. Got comments here. Hermina, hey there, wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you. So kind of you. Thank you. And thanks for joining. Thanks for letting me know you're here. Dawn, praying. Shelly, praying and clapping. And Daniel says, wonderful news. Praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. Hey, look, if you're not believers like we are, it's okay. And it's okay to just to give well wishes. All right. But this, I think, is part of where we need to get back to. And that's why I'm doing daily AI prompts for job seekers. Really, because I learned something and I said, this is something people need. Here where some of the roadblocks are in their job searches, in their job campaigns. This is why they can't get over the hump. They don't know how to network. They don't know how to construct the resume properly. They don't know how to use LinkedIn in a way that accesses its robust tool set, and on and on and on. And so I jumped in, did it wrong. So please forgive me for doing it wrong for 6.5 months. Okay, but look, I learned, like I told you, I learned something every day. And I learned, and now I'm correcting it. And here going forward, you see beautiful thumbnails that I take the time to use AI to create. You have full descriptions, you have full titles, you got links. Oh my goodness. Lions and tigers and bears. Look, the QR code here, if you're on a mobile device or phone, it's going to cause you to get a free download if you use it. So I would say use your computer and use the code that's been streaming across on the ticker, or utilize the link that I put in the comment section to join Free AI University. It's going to be launching soon. Join it today, though. Get on the wait list and you get free gifts. Learn how to generate income using what? That's right, AI. That's what we need to be doing. Make some money while you're waiting for that job. Make enough money that you don't need the job. All right, I'm gone. Free AI University waitlist.manus.space. That's the link. And you all, whatever you do between now and tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, please, please, please make sure you stay safe. Something just popped up. Nancy Froman says, thank you for sharing good information in such an approachable way. Oh, bless you. Best of health to you and your grandson. Thank you so much, Nancy. I appreciate that. Look, stay safe. Remember these 3 things. I love you. God loves you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, Share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.